Okay, this lesson is going to be on the passe composé. This is a pretty good site called Texas French Grammar, in case you want to check that out. It's at University of Texas, EDU. So this is going to be the passe composé with avoir, and just want to show you that some verbs will be conjugated with avoir and some will be conjugated with être. We're going to start with the verbs conjugated with avoir, and so we're going to show you the meaning of the verb and how it's formed. Here we have the uses, and actually it's pretty simple. It's used to refer to actions that are completed in the past. Later on you're going to find a tense that's used to express actions that were going on in the past, but this one is simple, really a simple past, something that expresses an action that has been completed and it was not ongoing. For example, Tex a mangé toute la viande. And let's listen.
Tex a mangé toute la viande.
Okay, pretty easy. This part right here, a manger, that is considered the passé composé. And notice that it's made up of two parts. There's an auxiliary, a, and manger, which is called a past participle. It's important to remember that there are two parts to the passé composé, and that's why it's called composé, because it means compound. So it's really a compound past. Always remember there are two parts to the passé composé. Alright, so Tex a mangé toute la viande can be translated Tex ate all the meat, Tex has eaten all the meat, or Tex did eat all the meat. So ate, has eaten, or did eat all come from a manger. Alright, literally a manger would be this one right in here. He has eaten. So that's has eaten. But you will hear Tex ate, Tex has eaten, Tex did eat. All those are valid passé composé. Now the formation of the passé composé is with an auxiliary verb, and we'll just do the ones with avoir right now. There are some verbs conjugated with être. We won't do those. Those are a little more complicated, and we'll finish those later. So the passé composé equals the present tense of the auxiliary, either avoir or être, and a past participle. So, as it says here, most verbs will use avoir, some will require être. So for regular verbs with an infinitive ending in er, we're going to have, let me get back here. So here we have verbs ending in er. Verbs ending in er are considered first conjugation. So all we do is we take that er off of the infinitive, and then we're going to replace it with this e with an accent aigu. So listen, we'll play the little recording here. Listen carefully.
Parler. J'ai parlé. Tu as parlé. Il a parlé. Elle a parlé. On a parlé. Nous avons parlé. Vous avez parlé. Ils ont parlé. Elles ont parlé.
Okay, that is the passé composé of a verb that has er in the infinitive ending. So j'ai parlé, tu as parlé, il ou elle ou on a parlé. Nous avons parlé, vous avez parlé, and ils ont parlé ou elles ont parlé. Alright? Now, if we have a verb ending in ir, and remember, we're going to review in a minute the present tense, but verbs ending in ir would be like finir, or choisir, or accomplir. So here we have verbs ending in ir, and the ending for a verb in ir will be to take off that ir. So we take off this ir right here. And we're going to add just the letter I. So we have j'ai fini, tu as fini, and so forth. So let's listen to this one.
Finir. J'ai fini. Tu as fini. Il a fini. Elle a fini. On a fini. Nous avons fini. Vous avez fini. Ils ont fini. Elles ont fini.
Okay, so just to review a little bit, if the verb is an er verb, take off the er, and then you have parl, for example. That's called your stem. To that stem you add this single letter a, and notice that the parler never changes in any form. The only thing that changes is going to be this verb avoir, which is conjugated according to the subject, and then the past participle is added. So you have j'ai parlé, tu as parlé, and so forth. Same thing with finir. Finir, I take off the IR of the infinitive, and the only thing I add then is I, and that's not going to change at all. So it's fini all the way through. The only thing that changes would be j'ai fini, tu as fini, and so forth. Now with the third group, these are the verbs ending in RE. With the third group, we take off that RE and we add the letter U. So we wind up with perdre, for example. To lose becomes perdu. Remember, you're always going to add that auxiliary verb, so it becomes j'ai perdu. Well, let me get this. J'ai perdu, tu as perdu, il a perdu, ou on a perdu, nous avons perdu, vous avez perdu, and so forth. So let's listen to this one.
Perdre. J'ai perdu. Tu as perdu. Il a perdu. Elle a perdu. On a perdu. Nous avons perdu. Vous avez perdu. Ils ont perdu. Elles ont perdu.
Okay, so to review an ER verb, take off the ER, add the E with an accent aigu. IR verbs, take off the IR, add just the letter I. RE verbs, take off the RE, and you're just going to add the letter U. And whenever we do that, this word, called the past participle, never changes. It's the same all the way through the conjugation. Only thing that changes is the auxiliary. So finir, that fini, stays all the way through. Perdu stays all the way through. Only thing that ever changes is going to be the auxiliary. Alright? So we'll do some of the irregular verbs. Let me just go over those quickly so you have them for future reference. So some of these irregular verbs, for example, some common ones would be avoir, and you would say with the past participle, j'ai eu, would be I had, or I did have, or I have had. J'ai été, I was, or I have been. J'ai fait, I did, or I made. J'ai ouvert, j'ai pris, j'ai mis, j'ai suivi, j'ai bu, j'ai cru, j'ai vu, j'ai su, j'ai connu, j'ai dit, j'ai lu, j'ai écrit, j'ai pu, j'ai voulu, j'ai dû, j'ai tenu, and j'ai reçu. Alright? We'll go over those individually later, but just to give you an idea, not every verb will be formed like these three right here. Some will be irregular, but we'll go over those as needed in your book. Alright? To do the negative, to form the negative of a verb in the passé composé is fairly easy. The negation is simply formed by putting this ne pas only around the conjugated verb, which means that is the verb avoir that we've been using so far. So we have, for example, à manger, did eat. We want to say did not eat. We find the auxiliary and we put the ne pas around that. So we have Tammy, au contraire, n'a pas mangé de viande, did not eat any meat. So the negative part goes only around the auxiliary. The manger then would be after. Or n'a pas fini, or n'a pas vendu. But the n'a pas, je n'ai pas, tu n'as pas, il n'a pas, nous n'avons pas, vous n'avez pas, ils n'ont pas. And then manger, or fait, or fini. Okay? Alright. We'll skip that last part. And let me just, I'll go back just a little. If you want to go to this site, it's called Texas French Grammar, and it really is pretty good. It's a good site for grammar and for other things. So let me just review. If you go to this site, we won't do it now, but if you go to this site and you click on some of these links, this will take you back to how to conjugate this verb in the present tense. So if you have a little, here's the present tense. Okay, so if you want to review this, go to Texas French Grammar, and then click on some of these and you can review. So je parle, I am speaking, or I do speak, or I speak. Okay, and then it gives you the past participle right there. So it's a pretty easy review. Now if I go back and I want to review the IR verbs, just click here. Takes me to the present tense review of IR verbs. Alright, so this would be je finis, I finish, or I do finish, or I am finishing, and so forth. So that gives you a few more verbs also that are conjugated like the verb finir. Same thing for the verbs ending in RE, and if you click on that, descendre, attendre, dépendre, and so forth. So it gives you a review of all the RE verbs in the present tense, and it also gives you the past participle that we just did. So really it's a pretty good site. Alright, so we'll stop there, and we'll be reviewing this in the book and with some worksheets. If you have any questions, just let me know. Alright, so there's a picture of what we just did, the passe composé with ER verbs, IR verbs, RE verbs. So we'll do some exercises in your workbook, and we'll do the passe composé. So you now have a present tense and a past tense. So we'll be able to talk about what we do now and what we have done. Alright?